You're the one who dares to speak to me, okay? I was here minding my own business in my land. You came over here riding on your skinny cow telling me that things are going to change.
Nobody knows that.
Okay.
People don't get it. Oh my god. I know what
Personal.
you're talking
Thank you. Come again.
Please pass my water bottle.
I think the way that is good today, I think is perfect.
What do you want me to do? I didn't mean to take the merchandise. I have the money right now to pay.
Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, you are. But your Indian accent isn't. Voice and accent are not the same thing. Your voice is what you say, and your accent is how you sound while saying it. But the world treats them like they're the same thing. And millions of Indians are losing their voice to their accent. You can say something perfectly clearly and still be told that you are hard to understand. Not because of what you said, but because of how you sounded while saying it. Let's break this down. More than 10% of Fortune 500 companies are currently led by CEOs of Indian origin. Microsoft Satya Nadella, Google Sundar Pichai, Chanel's Lina Nair, and so many more are all of Indian origin. Together, they oversee more than $6.5 trillion in market value. In the United Kingdom, Indians make up 3.1% of the population, but contribute about 6% of the GDP. In the United States, Indians hold approximately 71% of all H-1B skilled worker visas. The global career is not a distant dream for Indians. But there is something that nobody tells you before you land. In 2024, 48% of South Asian adults in the US reported experiencing race-based harassment or discrimination. A LinkedIn post in March 2026 went viral after a candidate was reportedly rejected for a position in Jaipur. Despite having strong English proficiency, the hiring company allegedly preferred an American accent and negotiated salary based on this bias. So we're looking at two realities at the same time. One where Indians are leading globally, and another where they're being judged for how they sound. But wait a minute. This isn't about the sound either. To understand this further, we need to look at how perception works. Researchers at the University of Texas conducted an experiment where participants listened to the same audio recording twice. The voice did not change, the words did not change. The only thing that changed on the screen was the face. When the speaker was presented as white, the accent was rated as lighter and easier to understand. When the same voice was paired with a South Asian face, the accent was rated as heavier and comprehension dropped. So this surely isn't about how you sound. And this finding is not isolated. A meta-analysis from Portland State University reviewed 41 studies involving over 20,000 participants and found consistent bias against non-standard accents, even when comprehension was perfectly clear. Now, even AI systems are replicating this bias. Hiring tools trained on Western speech patterns are flagging Indian English as incorrect. This issue is so severe that governments had to step in. New York City mandates bias audits for hiring AI, and the European Union classified such systems as high risk. And in some industries, instead of fixing the bias, the response has been to remove the accent entirely. And this is not just data, it shows up in real lives. In June 2025, a professional in the US shared a very concerning experience online. In a meeting, a colleague asked him to stop speaking because of his accent. Apparently, it was too difficult to understand. His manager responded by routing all communication through someone else. He was effectively removed from conversations. And this is not rare. It's common enough for hundreds of others to relate. In another case, a federal whistleblower lawsuit revealed that workers in identical roles were paid vastly different salaries. A US citizen earned $140,000, while an Indian H-1B worker earned $85,000. Same role, same skills. And most people do not report these issues because their visa depends on their employer. Across countries, the pattern continues. Hate crimes targeting South Asians are rising. Online hate has surged dramatically. And within India itself, people face a different version of the same problem. You can be mocked abroad for your Indian accent and mocked at home for sounding too Western. And yet, we continue to talk about the Indian accent as if it's one thing. India has 22 officially recognized languages and thousands of dialects. The way someone from Tamil Nadu speaks English is completely different from the way someone from Punjab or Bengal will. This idea of a single Indian accent is not even real. It's a label applied to 1.4 billion people. And the uncomfortable truth is that this bias does not even start abroad. It exists within India itself. This is not just about communication. It's about perception shaped by history, economics, and visibility. The idea that Indians are taking jobs is often repeated without context. These visas exist to fill roles that cannot be filled locally. When one community becomes highly visible in a space, it becomes a target. Success also creates backlash. The same data that inspires pride can create resentment, and underneath all of this is economic anxiety. When people feel uncertain about their future, they look for someone to blame. This is not just about how you speak, it's about what your presence represents. So if the bias is real, how did so many Indians succeed globally? They did not remove their accent, they focused on precision. They became clear, structured, and direct in their thinking. They prepared more than anyone else in the room, and they understood the system they were entering. That's why minds like Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai, and many more are successful global voices. That did not happen because bias disappeared. It happened because they made it irrelevant. See, the world isn't a fair place, but there's no point cribbing about it. If you want a seat at the table, you'll have to make space for yourself. While it's important to raise our voices and bring change so it becomes a little more fair every day, we can't sit tight in the meantime. Look, the American dream still lives on, but it doesn't come easily. It takes conscious effort in addition to competence to make it work. You're ready for the world. Don't let your accent decide if the world is ready for you.